Hey everybody, Dean Young, the inspection company. I just got off at 85 business. Traffic was backed up because they have barriers, and I saw something pop up in my news feed earlier relating to Jack Daniels, but I didn't read it, so everybody's merging over and going from 85 to 73, and they got this one section blocked off, and there's bottles and bottles and bottles of Jack Daniels just lined up on the side of the shoulder of the highway, and this huge dumpster. So I don't know the contents of the article, what happened or whatever, but just thought I'd mention that. So today it was going pretty good, and then I got an email, those ones that make your heart sink when you have a complaint. So I got a complaint today about our girder in a crawl space that had termite damage, and how could I have missed it? So, as most home inspectors do, I go look up the report, and I see that it's dated a year and 2 months ago. It was dated December the 9th of 2021. We're two days shy of being 2 months. So a year, it's been a year and right at 2 months. So we're two days shy of it being the 2 months. So a year and 2 months ago, we done an inspection. They did not request a WDIR, or wood destroying insect report, or termite inspection. And I don't know what to tell the guy. It wasn't present at the time and date of inspection, and can you say otherwise? He said Terminix said that it had been there for a while, but at the same time it was getting progressively worse, so that don't make a lot of sense. And that he had a contractor look at it and says it's been there for a while. So you can really date termite damage. I didn't know that could be done. So if they were to take me to court, they would have to prove that damage was there at the time and date of inspection, which I know they can't. But either way, I'm not dancing around it. I'll let him know, hey man, it's been a year and 2 months, and you're just not reaching out to me. If this would have been a month after you moved in, 2 months after you moved in, hey, I would offer to go out to your home, take a look, and see if it's something that possibly we could have missed. Now, if it's structural termite damage, there's no way to say how long it's been there. There's no possible way to say how long it's been there. Termite colonies can grow so quickly, and a large enough colony can destroy a house in 1 to 2 years. When we done this inspection, we're talking December. Termites, I haven't seen any active termites in December. I'm not saying it's not possible, but their season be chowing down and getting funky like a monkey is the hot, humid months. That's when they get down and do some chewing. They do some damage. And this area, he sent me a picture. This area that he's talking about, it's a double girder. On the underside of the girder, about 8 to 10 inches, there's one little area, 8 to 10 inches of damage. Now, when we do an inspection of the substructure, there's things that we follow, okay? First, there's two of us. There's me, there's Corey, my assistant, okay? We follow each other and go behind each other to make sure we're not overlooking, or somebody sees something somebody else might not see. So the way we do our structural inspection or inspection of the substructure is we enter the crawl space, if we can, if it's not obstructed. Once we enter, we're looking at the perimeter of the foundation wall, the CMU block or brick or whatever it is, okay? We're looking at the piers. We're looking at the girder, okay? Now, if there's no insulation, we're going to see as much as we can up underneath there. We're not going to be able to see every inch of it. Our main points of inspection are around plumbing pipes and under exterior doors, sliding glass doors, front entry doors. That's the only time we're required to move insulation, is around plumbing pipes and under exterior doorways. We're not going to go, no home inspector is going to go moving insulation under between every joist. It's just not going to happen. So we go around in a circle, you know, and we go in between, and we're all over the crawl space. We're both looking. We're behind each other. We're looking. Could something be overlooked? Possibly. Anything could happen. But when you're reaching out to me 1 year and 2 months later, and there's only like a 8 to 10 inch section of a girder that's damaged, there's something wrong here. And in his email, he said, you guys done an inspection for us in Thomasville at so-and-so address, and unfortunately there was an area missed, causing flooring damage or whatever. And I was thinking, okay, let me look this up. I looked it up, and it's a year and 2 months later. A year and 2 months later. And it was confirmed by Terminix that it was wood destroying insect damage, that it was termite damage. So we're not responsible for wood destroying insect damage. We're not looking for wood destroying insect damage. And if I saw any type of damage, it would be notated. I can't say what caused it. I could say there may appear to be damage caused by wood destroying insects. It needs to be validated or further evaluated by a structural pest, inspector. But I can't say flat out, hey, that's termite damage, even though I may know that it is, but I can't. And they didn't request a WDIR. So I don't know, man. Typically, if there's a complaint, I'm going to go out and I'm going to address it. I've given refunds, and it clearly states in our agreement that no repairs or claims are to exceed the amount of the inspection fee. So if there's ever somebody wanting to make a claim or say something was wrong or whatever, and we can validate that it was something that was missed or true, then yeah, I'll give them their money back. I'll give them a full refund, partial refund, whatever. It's only money. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you're not going to have that $400 or $500 or $300 all your life. It's going to be gone like that. It's not a big thing, But coming at me a year and 2 months later, No, I'm not going to play that game. And if he were to write me back and say, well, you'll be hearing from our attorney, well, that's great. I'm going to say, great. If they have any questions or concerns, have them reach out to me. I'll answer any questions they can. But the attorney's just going to say, man, really? A year and 2 months later, and also, can you guys prove that that damage was there at the time and date of his inspection? Can you prove that? I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to prove anything. You know, I've got my standards of practice, what I'm required to do, and identifying what destroyed insect damage is not part of it. But we do look for damage. Like I said, we do look for damage. If we see anything, we're going to put it in our report. Simple as that. So anyway, it just rubbed me the wrong way. He sent me a picture, a little section like this under a girder, a double girder. He's like, and this is a main beam. I'm like, okay, yeah. A year and 2 months later, you know how quick a termite can cause damage, how quick they can devour a small structure, a house. If you get a big enough colony, 60, 100,000, a million, I'm telling you, these termites are destructive. They are so destructive, and they are so quick. I had a new construction several years ago, probably 5-6 years ago. New construction. Nice clean vapor barrier, nice underneath, new construction, beautiful. I go over to the air handler, it's a heat pump. I see this tube where the seam is at the where the vapor barrier overlaps. Between that seam, there's a termite tube like rising out of the ground right up under the air handler, to the bottom of the air handler. And I'm like, oh my God, this is new construction. A friend of mine, another inspector, knocked off a termite tube, went around the substructure, come back, the tube had already been repaired by the termites. I'm telling you, people, termites they're big, and that's why the state of North Carolina is so strict on structural pest inspectors. I mean, they are strict. They don't play games. They don't play games, because termites, I'm telling you, that's why they're structural insects, and they wood destroying organisms, and they cause significant, severe, detrimental damage. Can just collapse a house. I mean, I've seen some stuff between my construction days and home inspection days. I've seen what termites can do, and what they can do in a short amount of time, in a short span. They're crazy. Just like the video I showed a couple weeks ago of the crawl space door, of the termites going in and out like that. I'm telling you, the workers, man, off the chain, they are destroying some stuff, man. They are causing some massive damage, and you've got colonies of them. I don't know, I feel like I'm talking in circles, but anywho, so yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from this guy. I don't know. I told him there's nothing I can do for him. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, you're reaching out to me a year and 2 months later. If it would have been within 30 days, 60 days, and maybe you had a vendor going to there to look at something, or maybe you're getting a new air unit, maybe the air handler was under there, maybe you're getting a new unit, it's going over to measure and said, hey man, I saw some damage under there, I thought you should know about. Oh really? Wow, we just had a home inspection. Let me call it. And I go over there and say, oh man, wow, yeah, okay, I'll own up to it. I'll take some stuff head on, you know. I'll take it head on. but don't call me a year and 2 months later and try to make a claim. That's ridiculous. I told him to read his agreement, read the standards of practice, and I've got nothing for him. So, as home inspectors say, pound sand. It sounds bad, but don't come after somebody over a year later when you're dealing with termite damage of all. And he said it's getting progressively worse. Of course it is. It's termite damage. It's not going to get any better. And you can't put a time when it happened. I mean, termites. I could go in under a house today and not see any termite damage, and then next month they could ate up a whole framing section. You know, I mean, they're termites. That's what they do. But it's unlikely in this time of the year, in the colder months. If I'd done this, if that inspection would have been in like June or July, I probably would have questioned, like, oh my God, you know, did I really miss that? Jeez. But no, there's no termite activity. You're going to get your carpenter bees in the spring, buzzing around your porch and stuff, buzzing little holes in your siding and stuff like that. But subterranean termites right now, pretty much dormant, man. I haven't seen not one. I haven't heard any of the WDIs that we've gotten lately. Not many people are doing the WDIs right now because of the winter months. A lot of them are new construction too. They've been pre-treated, so no need for it. So I don't know, just my little rant. Just want to spill it out there, get it off my mind, so I don't get anxiety about dealing with people. I've got enough to deal with. But anyway, 336-99-8185, HomeTechNC.com, 336-99-8185, HomeTechNC.com. Peace.